During 2009, the Sidney De Haan Centre set up a network of choirs for mental health service users in 7 towns across East Kent, helped by the Mustard Seed Singers, a choir for mental health service users in Canterbury. In June 2010, the choirs in the network came together for a performance at the Granville Theatre, Ramsgate.
So often people with a history of mental health problems can become socially isolated and feel a lack of social support. So this kind of activity where people are coming together with a common purpose really helps to improve their sense of social support. It's very emotionally supportive and emotionally uplifting as well to sing, and we have a happy time together and people benefit from that.
I think it's the motivational factor that's the paramount thing here. Motivation is very difficult for people with mental health issues for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's the medication they're on, sometimes it's the isolation, etc., etc. But the thing with this project is that it's far outstripped what you would normally expect a project such as this to do. For instance, you would often find that after 6 or 8 weeks of running a project that people have drifted away. Here we've run this for 40 weeks with a very sustained number of people coming along, which is really quite creditable to the project, and I think indicates very highly the motivational factor that's here.
My experience is that if people with mental health problems, enduring mental health problems, have something to work towards each week, they work towards that, but that often becomes their reason for living. The benefit of being together in a group, which for people with mental health problems who are usually very isolated, is tremendous. And it's fun.
Emotionally, people turn up in all sorts of situations and states, and sometimes singing can help just to calm things down a bit, and you've got to focus on something else. I mean, physically it helps with breathing, and if you have panic attacks, that kind of thing, it all helps. And mentally, cognitively, it's just a very, very beneficial thing to do.
All of the evidence that we've gathered shows very, very clearly how strong the benefits are. And I think on that basis, it's important to continue with this kind of project and continue with research to establish not only that it's effective, but that actually from a health service point of view, it can be cost effective. And that means that with just a small investment in this kind of project, more considerable savings are possible to mental health services within the NHS.
Some of the research that's been carried out with the choirs across East Kent have been using tools to actually measure how people feel after they sing as opposed to how they were before they sing, how they felt across time as well. So how being involved in a choir for several weeks or months is impacting on their improved well-being and mental health recovery and confidence and all the things that go with being involved in these choirs. So it's actually being able to capture those outcomes and demonstrate those outcomes, and that's what is so crucial to what the research project is about.
Singing is one of the very few things that brings a whole group of people together for one common goal. Everyone's working towards the same thing, working together. People are listening to each other and responding to each other, and it just gets a really good sense of achievement for everybody, I think.
It gets me out and about a bit, and I like meeting the other members of the choir and like singing together, like, yeah. It's just like being back at school kind of thing with other people, yeah.
Well, it builds up a whole appreciation. You know there's lots of people in the same class as you, and you can have nice chats, not just at the singing, but before we sing, and during, when we're not supposed to, I suppose, and afterwards. So it's like a built up like a family.
Well, it enables people who would otherwise, who are usually quite lonely people, to get together in a group to work on a song or series of songs and produce something of quality, and which improves their confidence and sense of well-being in creating a beautiful sound.
It's working towards people being healthy rather than rescuing them once they become ill. It's allowing these people who struggle to be part of our community to be normal. And that surely is what we should be about. It should be about prevention, not about cure.
It's just life-changing. I've actually seen some people's lives drastically change from being involved in the choirs, especially people who've had long-term mental illnesses. Being involved in these choirs has been amazing, the actual results that we've seen so far.
It brings people together, and people are focused on doing something that has got such a lovely thing at the end of it. It produces something so beautiful. It can't help but make you feel good, I don't think.
It alleviates loneliness and enables people to build on the confidence and to feel socially included in the community. And maybe it could be a springboard to excelling in other, or at least pursuing other avenues.
As far as I'm concerned, it's caused me to have horizons again after having breakdowns, and it really gives me a focal point from which to start off and carry on.
The Sidney De Haan Research Centre for Arts and Health is committed to continuing to work in partnership with health professionals, voluntary organisations, charities and service users to promote the idea that group singing is good for mental health.
So many people I've spoken to say, I can't sing. And it's just such a classic that they've been told at childhood or at school or something. And I would just like to challenge that belief, because actually most, or probably all people can sing more or less tunefully. And it's just an equal playing field. And just give it a go.
It does help you. It helps you a lot. I wouldn't know what to do without it now, after I've been for a couple of years.